everybody's enjoying the week thus far. We got some talk tonight. I'm here with my daughter Chandler.
Hi, everybody.
Alexa, pause.
And for those of you on my page, this is my mom.
Hi.
She does a whole bunch of vlogs, but tonight I am joining her. So we got some heavy topics to talk about. I hope y'all ready.
Yep.
Let's drop some gems.
Yeah. I hope we can drop some gems. We haven't really had a chance to really chat about this topic, but time. But anyway.
Yep. Yep, you're good.
All right. Okay. Sorry about that, y'all. Happens every week. But anyways, like I said, we hadn't really had a long time to discuss our topic. But my daughter wanted to talk about this topic, and so, you know, I'm all down for young people wanting to talk about the good Lord and the goodness of the Lord. So our topic tonight is the 7 deadly sins. So let me put my glasses on, because you know I got to ask you a couple of questions. And the first question I want to ask you is, what made you decide to talk about the 7 deadly sins?
Okay, so, well, I had this dream a few years ago, and I feel like the dream is always significant when you remember it years later. God has purpose for you to act on it. So I remember this dream from years ago. I just came downstairs like I normally would, say hey to my mom, and she was like, I don't know why you saying hey like everything is normal. You got them 7 demons on your back. And I was like, what? And I looked behind me, y'all. It's 7 tall black shadows behind me, just standing. So I'm like, what in the world? Like, what does this mean? And in the moment, hold on. I think oh, hold on. Okay. Don't know what just happened.
Okay, yeah.
But in the moment, I was like, what does this mean, Lord? I'm like, I see 7 black shadows behind me. What is this dream? What is this dream trying to tell me? So I forgot all about the dream for years, y'all. God brought it back to my attention a few weeks ago. And
so that's what made you want to talk about it?
Yes.
Okay.
But he also told me that at the time, I didn't know what the 7 black shadows meant. I just thought that I was dealing with 7 separate things that would have a significant impact on my life. And God brought it back up in my season of wilderness. When I thought, like, I'm like, God, like, where are you? I need to hear your voice. And he gave me that. He gave me the dream. And that was all the information that I needed, because the 7 deadly sins is something that everybody in this world struggles with. We all struggle with pride, gluttony, lust, wrath, sloth, and then it's
what did you say? Pride already?
Pride and envy.
Oh yeah.
These are all things that everybody struggles with. So God brought this to my attention, and I was like, what did these 7 shadows mean? And I looked up 7 demons in the Bible, and it popped up with the 7 deadly sins and how Jesus healed Mary Magdalene of these demons that she had on her back. But it was like overnight. Everyone was able to see the shift, the 360 in her attitude and her demeanor and how she carried herself, because Jesus came and he snatched her up.
So you want to talk about those 7 deadly sins?
Yeah.
Which one do you want to start with? I think
so we can start with, okay. So the first one we're going to touch base on is pride. Pride.
Okay, so how is pride, is pride always bad? Is it always bad?
Not necessarily. I think it...
What is a healthy pride?
A healthy pride is when you are proud of the work and the diligence that you have done for the Lord, and you have a reason to be happy for yourself. And I feel like it makes you proud of yourself. However, you use it in a negative connotation when you start to feel better than others. or superior to somebody, or you know.
That's right. So the healthy side of pride means that you should stay humble, and you should, you know, use your gifts and talents that you have accomplished, whatever you've achieved, to bless others, you know, to help somebody else.
Exactly.
Okay, so tell us about the bad side of pride, if there's, if you looked that up or thought about it.
I could actually give y'all a Bible verse that goes in with this. So, this is Ephesians 4:18. They are darkened in their understanding and separated from the life of God because of the ignorance that is in them due to the hardening of their hearts. Having lost all sensitivity, they are giving themselves over to sensuality as to indulge in every kind of impurity, and they are full of greed.
So that's the harmful pride.
Yes.
Well, how does
No, that wasn't it. That was for greed. I'm sorry.
My gosh.
Okay, we going back. Backtracking. Okay, so this is pride.
This is pride.
But this is 1 Timothy 6:8. But if we have food and clothing, we will be content with that. Those who want to get rich fall into temptation and a trap and into many foolish and harmful desires that plunge people into ruin and destruction. For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil. Some people, eager for money, have wandered from the faith and pierced themselves with many griefs.
Yeah, pride is something, you know, because people can be haughty and prideful, and, you know, they, like you said, start to feel that they're superior and better than other people, and, you know, and people can't hardly stand to be around them, you know, so you can't, you need to make sure that if you are happy about your accomplishments or things that you have done, being, you know, on the right track that your parents put you on, that is something to be proud of, you know, but it doesn't have to make you stand above anybody else. It just makes you say, be thankful. It's the gratitude to God. Yes, yes.
Yes. And another verse that I have is Proverbs 1:19.
That's still pride.
Yep.
Okay.
So it says, such are the paths of all who go after ill-gotten gain. It takes away the life of those who get it. Ill-gotten gain.
Like when you have to do things to go to the top. Is that what that means? Ill-gotten gain. That's doing things.
If you have to do anything that disrespects God in order to get to where you're trying to get.
Yeah, and disrespect people. You know, God's people. If you try to knock somebody else down so you can rise above them or get a promotion, or you say something bad about someone to make yourself feel better than, you know, better than everybody else. Some people do that. They go in the office with the boss and put somebody else down to lift themselves up higher. So that's ill-gotten gain. Next thing you know, you got a position, and a lot of times you can't keep that position because God won't let you. Because it depends on how you got it. If He didn't give it to me, I don't want it. All right, what's your next? Let's go to the next one. So, was the next one greed?
Yep, the next one was greed, and that's the one I kind of touched on with Ephesians 4:18. I can read it again, though. You didn't hear. They are darkened in the understanding and separated from the life of God because of the ignorance that is in them due to the hardening of their hearts. Having lost all sensitivity, they have given themselves over to sensuality as to indulge in every kind of impurity, and they are full of greed.
And see, we even see that in 2025. We're looking at that right now. I mean, you know, it looks like the rich are getting richer, and it looks like, you know, they don't care about what's happening to us. They don't care about that the inflation is so high that people can barely eat. They don't care that whether you eat or not. They're taking anybody that's willing to starve the country or take away SNAP benefits, not worried about children or the elderly, then, you know, that's a problem. That's greed. And that's like, I want it all for myself.
That's greed and pride.
It is. It's very much so.
You're abusing your power because you can.
Yeah, that was just like today, a word that I taught in my class today was called tyrannical. And we're talking about the government and everything, and the word tyrannical means to have too much power and use it in an oppressive way. And a lot of people, it's not just you know, powerful, the president or, you know, the government that acts like that. People act like that on their job. You know, some people can have too much power and they try to use it to hurt or abuse people. And even I think about, you know, in 2025, I think about even R. Kelly and P. Diddy. You know, they use their greed and, you know, their pride and their greed and their tyrannical or too much
Quid
power.
pro quo.
Mm-hmm.
Quid pro quo.
Using it to abuse people, manipulate people, you know, making themselves feel like a king, you know, and God does not like that. I mean, God gave them all those blessings and they pushed God aside and they became the king of, or the captain of their own sea, like God didn't give it to them. And you can't just dismiss your blessings because our God is a jealous God and he does not play that. He will take you down. You gotta go. And I hate to say that, but
he will humble you.
Yeah.
Humble you real quick. To show you who's in charge.
That's right. And he is. He is in control.
Yes. Okay.
So
this next one is lust.
Well, I have a question. Do you think that people misunderstand what lust really means?
I feel like the word, God's definition is Matthew 5:27. I'm sorry. You have heard that it was said, "You shall not commit adultery." But I tell you that anyone who looks at a woman lustfully has already committed adultery with her in his heart. If your right eye causes you to stumble, gouge it out and throw it away. It is better for you to lose one part of your body than for your whole body to be thrown into hell. And if your right hand causes you to stumble, cut it off and throw it away. It is better for you to lose one part of your body than for your whole body to go to hell.
Oh, wow.
So that's just God. That's just what God says. God says if you even look at a woman with the intention of doing something with her, or even a woman with a man.
But that's if you're married. That's adultery. So let's think about it in another sense, because not everyone is married, and lust is still lust. So how is lust different from desire or attraction?
I feel like it starts to become different when you start to see the person as an object rather than a person. It becomes lustful when you're no longer looking at them for who they are, but rather for their body.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Attraction is if you're just attracted to the person, you're attracted to what they're saying, their looks, but you're not only in it for one thing and one thing only.
Right, exactly. Okay. Yeah. What's the next one?
The next one is envy.
Oh, that is a topic all by itself. Envy. So when I think about envy, even right now, like I said today, I think about social media making people compare themselves to other people. And some people will get on social media and act like they have the greatest life in the world. And behind closed doors, they're going through all kinds of mess, you know, and confusion and having a hard time in life. But you want people to think a certain thing. And that's pride. That's a form of pride as well. And lies.
And idolatry.
Yeah, exactly, yes. Okay.
Because you're putting it before him,
the
person. Anything that's overindulging in something that God does not want, you're putting before him. So you really have to ask yourself, who is my master? Who is my master? Who am I serving?
Okay, well, let's think about envy. Well, you know, when we think about envy ruining relationships and opportunities, envy can do that, you know, because when you are jealous of someone, you know, that thing can become dangerous. You know, it can make people do a lot of evil things. I've seen it in the years that I've been living. I've seen it several times where people become so envious of somebody that they try to hurt that person in some way. Not always physically, but sometimes physically. And I think about these young boys out here that are quick to pull the trigger because they got angry at somebody. You know what I mean? They got angry with someone, and they might have been jealous because of a girl, a boy. A girl might like another boy better than she likes him, or another man even. Not just boy, but man. Young guys, old guys too. And you're jealous because a woman can be the same way. Envy. And you do something that you can't take back. And then you have to pay for it. So I saw this post, and I posted it. I think it was today or yesterday. And it said, when it comes to anger, think about the consequences. and they are not good. Mm-hmm. It's okay to be angry, but be slow to anger, and you have to know how to channel it where it doesn't hurt anybody else. Everyone gets angry sometime. You just have to think about consequences, not let it go too far.
Okay. And this is
so
is
that
for
was
envy.
Okay. You have a verse for envy?
Yep, I have a verse for envy. So it says, Romans 1:29. They have become filled with every kind of wickedness, evil, greed, and depravity. They are full of envy, murder, strife, deceit, and malice. They are gossips, slanderers, God-haters, insolent, arrogant, and boastful. They invent ways of doing evil. They disobey their parents. They have no understanding, no fidelity, no love, no mercy. All that they know God's righteous decree, that those who do such things deserve death. Where was I at? They do not only continue to do these very things, but also approve of those who practice them.
And that's envy. That's envy?
That's envy.
Okay.
That's envy. That's all of them. It kind of touched on everything.
Yeah,
almost.
it really did.
Envy, greed, murder, strife, deceit, malice, gossip, slanderers, arrogance, boastful.
Yeah, it did.
Yep.
Okay, so what's the next one?
The next one is gluttony.
Okay. So gluttony isn't just about food, but it really can be about food as well.
It can, but it's excessive indulgence of anything that you're idolizing over God.
My grandfather used to say that anything that, if you do anything, too much of anything, it could kill you. Now, so I don't know if he meant physically or spiritually, but too much of anything is not good. Excess is not good in our lives. It's not. So, I don't eat the cake, Anna Mae. Put the cake down.
The only thing that we need every day is the daily bread.
Not right. Exactly. Speak, child. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. But
yeah,
like you
so
said,
I have a verse for that too. Let me see. So Philippians 3:19, their destiny is destruction. Their God is in their stomach, and their glory is in their shame. Their mind is set on earthly things, but our citizenship is heaven.
Because when he says earthly things, you're talking about all the material things. I gotta have this certain car. I gotta have this house. I have to have these shoes, red bottoms, and I have to have certain jewelry and certain perfumes, and that's a shopping problem. And it doesn't stop there. Right. I gotta have this certain job. I gotta knock people down to get it. So they're all connected. All of these 7 deadly sins are connected. They are connected.
It's overindulgence of idolizing everything. That's not him. So
it is.
And then after gluttony, we have wrath. And who are we to be wrathful? Who are we? But I mean, we can't. We are going to get angry because we're human, of course. But acting on that anger is what becomes wrathful.
Exactly. And that's what I was just talking about as far as envy. Envy has anger all up and through it. And then just like we were talking about how all of these are connected, they are. They are connected. So how do you think unresolved anger feeds into wrath?
I think that a whole bunch of built-up trauma without going to the source or giving it to the source, because it's not even meant for us to keep. It's meant for us to give up.
Cast your cash.
So, just internalizing everything yourself, I feel like that can drive you crazy.
Yes.
And once you become crazy, you're hateful.
And you're doing crazy things.
You're impulsive. You're acting out like you have no self-control.
That's right.
So,
we have to resolve. We need to. Anger needs to be resolved. You need to try to sit down with a person and try to be rational. Just try to deal with the situation in an adult and mature way.
Right. Exactly.
Where everyone comes out at least saying, okay, agree to disagree, or just we agree. However, but not to get angry enough to cause some serious consequences.
And I have some verses for that too.
Okay.
Ephesians 4:29. Do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths, but only what is helpful for building others up according to their needs, that it may benefit those who listen. And do not grieve the Holy Spirit of God, with whom you were sealed for the day of redemption. Get rid of all bitterness, rage, and anger, brawling and slander, along with every form of malice. And this is Ephesians 4:25. Therefore, each of you must put off falsehood and speak truthfully to your neighbor. We are all members of one body. In your anger, do not sin. Do not let the sun go down while you are still angry, and do not give the devil a foothold. Right. Anyone who has been stealing must steal no longer, but must work, doing something useful with their own hands, that they may have something to share with those who are in need.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think are some ways that you might notice a person slipping into wrath? What kind of actions would they be?
I feel like just constantly worrying, constantly anxious. I've been there, so I know about just different things at one time, but I was only there because I didn't get my situation to God. Mm-hmm. You know, like at the end of the day, you have to release it to Him. You have to pray on it constantly. If it's affecting you, pray on it constantly, and He will show up. It doesn't matter how long, He will always keep His promise.
Yes, you have to ask for peace, and you have to continue to ask for it until you get it. You pray until you get what you're asking for.
Yes. And you have to believe that it will happen. You have to trust in your Jesus, your Creator.
Yes, absolutely. So the next one was what? This is the
Sloth.
last one.
So sloth is pretty much just laziness, being lazy.
Yep.
And
you have a verse for sloth?
Yes. Okay, this is Colossians 3, 22.
Okay.
Slaves, obey your earthly masters in everything, and do it not only when their eye is on you and to curry their favor, but with the sincerity of your heart and reverence for the Lord. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters, since you know that you will receive an inheritance from the Lord as a reward.
That's right.
It is the Lord Christ you are serving. Anyone who does wrong will be repaid for their wrongs, and there is no favoritism. Yes.
Yeah.
God loves His children.
Yes, He does. He absolutely does.
Each one of us.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, when I think about sloth, I think about, you know, how people are on the job. Some people are lazy and don't want to do their job. Look, there was a going joke one time that somebody said that they were just in a back sleep, and they said the man walked in and busted them. And as soon as they heard him come in, they said, "Amen."
Oh my gosh.
And was sitting there acting like they were praying. So one time a friend of ours said that he was in there in a back room on the job sleeping, and said his boss walked in and said, "As long as you sleep, you have a job."
Oh my gosh.
So laziness can hurt a lot of things. Laziness is a disease. It's terrible.
Yep. It's easy to bed right. It's easy to binge watch them Netflix TV shows.
Yes, and not get things done.
Yeah.
You know,
because there's always something to be done. Like work with your hands for the Lord. You're not doing this for you. This ain't about you.
Yes.
This for Jesus.
Yes, and that's why you have to keep your integrity. And even when no one is watching, you should be working. And, you know, enjoying life. And God will see to it that you're enjoying life when you're working for Him. Yes. And not working for the boss. You think you're doing something, I don't want to go to this job. I hate this job. I'm sick of working for these people. Well, you have a job that gives you money, that you earn money from in order to live and take care of yourself and your family. So you're not working for those people. They really cannot pay you. So God has blessed you with a job, and I'm talking to myself, because sometimes I can get out of hand and be like, oh my God, these kids, this job, you know. But thank you, Jesus, for my job, because if I did not have it and I became lazy, then I would not be sitting right here talking to you guys. So I am very, very grateful for my job. But is there anything else, Chandler, that you want to touch on?
I just had, I'll make it count real quick. So this was like the final thing that I wanted to say, just to close it out. So all of these, we said that all of these go hand in hand together. And all of these traits are an overindulgence in the things God never meant for you to stay comfortable in. He wants to propel us into His already written out plans by killing our flesh daily and the 7 deadly sins that come with being human. So everybody goes through this. Proverbs 23:7 says, "For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. So we have to be careful with the everyday things that we let crowd our mind. This can be people, objects, clothing, hair, makeup, basketball. Anything. It can be anything.
Yes.
Anything that is idolized over God, you make your master. It's
and
important.
Alcohol or anything.
Yeah.
I mean, just any and everything that can take you over and have you forget about who you came from. Forget about your father, your maker.
Yep. And it's important we crucify our flesh daily and ask ourselves, who is my master? So we are able to pick up that full armor and that cross and carry it throughout our day.
Yes.
So yeah.
Well, thank you, China. I just enjoyed having you with me tonight.
Thank you, Mother.
You
I
love you too. You shared some great things tonight, and you know, I just hope that, I mean, you know, nobody wants to admit the things that are on them that's holding them back from, you know, being with the Father and speaking to Him and talking to Him daily. And we don't want to kill our flesh a lot of times, you know. It's things that God will take away the craving because you're asking for it, and then you go right back because you haven't settled that thing in the mind. So it's just a matter of talking to God, continuing to pray, and keeping your mind stayed on Jesus. And when you do that, He's going to work your situations out. He's going to work them out. We all have some situations that we're dealing with. We all have some things, some problems, and some things that we want Lord to work out for us, work on us, so we can be our best selves. Everybody wants to be their best self. No a person that got on drugs, they wish they had never done it. They wish they had never said yes the first day. But you know what? They have to be delivered just like anybody else. If they want to be delivered, you got to talk to God, because He can do it, and He will.
He will.
Living witness.
Amen.
So y'all take care of yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you again on next Tuesday.
Have a great night.
Thanks for coming and
Thank
kicking
you.
it with Kelz. Deuces.